Hey guys, I don't know what's going on with my camera, so I'm gonna go cameraless today, but going back to kind of the intro video I created yesterday, I wanted to get this up in the morning. I got up at the right time and I was able to really get started my day off with some of these side projects that I mentioned. And one of the side projects that I'm focused on and have been working on for actually quite a while now. So it's my own personal brand website. So it's theroberthugh.com. So if you guys want to visit it, this is basically the layout. This is basically, I built this multiple different versions, to be completely honest. It started with, I believe, a simple Squarespace website, and then I fully transitioned it over to the vibe coding platform Lovable, which has been great. It's allowed me to really focus on the content on the website instead of trying to make it look pretty and make it look good. So as you guys can see here, this is the home page. This is my header banner. Just something that I worked truly closely with AI to say, hey, how do I lay this out the best? What do I want to put here? What do I want the call to action buttons to be with as well? And most importantly, what's the objective? What's the objective of a personal brand website? For me, it's just about information and being able to stay up to date on a lot of the news that I want to be aware of. So don't want to get too in depth into this, but this is a multiple iterations of my website, and now it's landed nicely on Lovable. So I want to kind of scroll down and focus on this one blog section because this is very important to me because this allows me to write about and have AI really communicate what I want to write about on my blog and what I want to kind of stay up to date with. So a couple of the recent ones, Amazon 30-minute delivery is here on a couple cities. So if you guys want to read these blogs, go ahead and read them. This was a big news. Disney plus OpenAI went into that $1 billion partnership. And one of the questions that I've always asked is, how do I get these blog topics to talk about? So similar to what I did yesterday about setting up my 6 a.m. every morning, I have a script to know what I want to talk about in these videos. I wanted to kind of show you guys my AI kind of, well, ChatGPT notifications I get. So I set this one up. This has been an ongoing thing, and I put this in one of these projects, as you can see here on the left-hand side. This is called the Robert Hugh Project. And the reason I'm putting it in project is it's going to learn. It's going to learn from everything I'm typing in here, every single news article that is they're kind of going out and fetching for me every day. So it's going to get better. Every day, every time they pull this, it's going to get better. One thing is how I set this one is, hey, go look for the top three news situations that's happening in the world within AI, tech, e-commerce, the things I want to be aware of. So the cool thing and another layer that I added on top is, hey, what's the keyword volume? Is this a potential to really hammer and really write and really capitalize on? Why it's hot is very important to me as well, so I can get a good snippet to say, is this worth talking about or giving this to my audience and my personal blog that I want people to know that I'm interested in as well. So, and the one that I really added recently, because remember when I told you I work from Squarespace over to Lovable now, which is a vibe coding platform that kind of they allow me to write the blog for me. As long as I have the topic, as long as I know what is included, as long as I know the tone that I want, everything is how I want it to be set up. So I know a lot of this is written by AI, but I definitely go in and double check it and make sure I have what I want to be posting out there that has my name behind it. So the last thing I added just recently is this little section called Lovable Prompt. So what I get to do is every other day, actually I said this, so I had it daily, but I switched it every other day because I don't want it to be pulling too much. So for the prompt was, they give me 3 topics, give me some main keyword information. So is it worth it? The most recent one, yeah, I'm pulling up here. So top current e-commerce and tech trend for December 16th. This was pulled yesterday. So it gave me the 3 in 1. So EU rates Temu, AI-driven dynamic pricing. I think we've kind of, at least I've kind of known this on Instagram now, that is getting a little bit of pushback. But the volume here is pretty significant. So if you compare the Temu EU, which is a lot more for the EU market, 15K to 40K, these are all estimates anyway, 25,000 to 50,000 searches on that keyword. The third one is another EU situation, which I think going forward, I'm going to say, okay, let's remove some of these EU news that I don't want because it's not really relevant to what I'm doing here in the US right now. So kind of want to go back to how I set this one up. This is pretty straightforward, getting the news, getting the keyword volume, but this is something that is very important to me. So I want a lovable prompt. So remember when I brought it over from Squarespace to Lovable, I want it to be able to digest from Lovable. So I just tell it, ChatGPT, give me something that is digestible by Lovable instead of me going in and just copying and pasting this thing in there. It's gonna give me a little bit better information here, and all I have to do is click this copy and paste. Remember, this is ChatGPT. This is all within ChatGPT. So I go here and copy it, and I drop it into Lovable, and it'll produce this blog for me. If I don't want this blog, I'll go down to this blog here, or this subject here, and click copy, drop it into Lovable, and it'll create a simple blog similar to this one here. Let me just go in here. Everything is written by AI. Obviously, I went in and updated it and make some edits if I need to. Then provided a TLDR, table of content, a little bit of snippet here. It's gonna get things going and get into the meat of the article. So this is pretty simple. I think there's another thing I'll talk about on how I set this whole blog up to make sure it's SEO, GSO compliant with some of these FAQ sections, related articles. These are all important about the author. It's just me. So yeah, that's kind of one of the first topic is personal brand. I think everybody should have one, whether it's a blog one, whether it's about getting your resume up here, stuff like that is definitely, in my opinion, needed. And it's now really easy. I made this all in Lovable, really simple, straightforward. So I'll talk a little bit more on this one, but this is kind of a quick overview of it. Once again, these videos should be 1 to 2 minutes long. I know these first couple ones are going to go long. I'm trying to get better at making sure we shrink this down to a more digestible viewing experience. But hope you guys like this. I'll see you guys tomorrow.